The Houston Astros pummeled the Blue Jays in the third game as they seek to come back for a fourth game and do the same. Yordan is hot, and Ronel did another great job on the mound. Let's talk about it tonight.
Jainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talkstros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out. Make us your first listen. Become an everydayer. Somebody listens to our podcast every day. So today's episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah, the right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. Brett, I think Yordan Alvarez is making his home away from home, Canada, and the Rogers Center, and he seems to be doing pretty good over there. So, Brett, where can they find you on this July 3rd?
Yeah, they can find me at h-vac on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me at stros411 on X and on Facebook. They can also find me at Back to the Bullpen on X, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm always positive, always Stros. I'm positive. I love watching the Astros pummel the Blue Jays. I don't feel sorry for the Blue Jays at all. They had a pitcher come in and throw four of the most inefficient pitches, I think, of any baseball player in the history of baseball.
Three pitches.
Well, he threw three pitches, but I thought he threw four total.
No, it was three because he faced four batters because it was intentional.
Four batters. Okay, I'm sorry. Four batters, three pitches. You're right. Okay, I had the four wrong. That was brutal. And Yordan Alvarez just absolutely knows how to turn on a fastball. I mean, look, it was 2-2. And what do they do again? They go out and they score runs late. Some people try to discredit it. Oh, of course, they're going to take advantage of bad pitching. Well, yeah, exactly. That's the point. And, Baltimore has yet to start their game with the Mariners. And I believe if the Mariners lose tonight, we'll be within 2 games of the Mariners, or 2.5. I think it's 2.5. Okay. So we're getting closer. And I like it. I think we come back tomorrow and we get the win.
Yeah, and it's all about getting series wins right now. And even after yesterday's game, I wasn't too down. It was a close game. The Astros made a game of it. And so, if the Mariners lose tonight, then yes, it would be 2 games. So it's at 2.5 right now. So,
okay, cool.
So the Astros are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're winning games. I believe they've won 11 out of the past 13 games. So they're continuing to just do what they're supposed to be doing. And they're 44-42. They're 2 games above 500, and they won 9-2. This was a game that was 2-1. Then it was 2-2. This was also a game where Alvarez looked like he was going to miss a whole bunch of time because in the first inning, he won the bat and then weakly limped into the dugout, and then he went in and got taped up or whatever happened, and then he made the superhero return. Da, 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 da. And it's like you expected him to do that because it's like you think that he's hurt and you're like, oh crap. This is the last thing the Astros need right now is Alvarez to be hurt. And then he comes in and he is one of the stars of the game. And I say one of the stars because when you score 9 runs, it's not just all in one player. But we did want to focus on Alvarez specifically just for something we'll talk about in a second. But the Astros took advantage of the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are a bad team. Yes, everybody wants to get Vladdy and everything, but I'm sure he's looking at the other dugout. He's like, that team looks pretty fun over there.
I was thinking that same thing. I was watching the game thinking, I wonder if Vladdy's sitting there going, I really wish I was a Houston Astro. But this is an interesting point that Ricky Robles, one of our viewers, brings up. Yordan Alvarez has hit a home run in multiple countries this year. And I'm sure it's been done because now they play in Great Britain. But has a player ever hit a home run in 3 different countries in one season. Canada, Mexico, and now United States. I mean,
Well, I'm sure
you
because
know,
they play in Britain too. I'm sure somebody's done that.
well, yeah, that's what I just say. Yeah, Britain. They also start some of these games. They started overseas, but still, it's kind of cool. He hit all 3 major countries in the North American continent, which is pretty cool. He just
Also 3
7
games in a row that he's had home runs.
The first 3 games of the series, 7 games, he's hit a home run in his last 10. And so it's just like this guy's hitting out of his mind, all while Kyle Tucker's still down. And Ronel Blanco came out and did a great job. And I absolutely love the All-Star narrative this year. Did you see how the Rangers tweeted out about Marcus Semien, and they put his head on the big text for the Texas State Fair? And like 9 hours ago, they're like 2 hours left. Let's get him there. And well, nope. Sorry.
Marcus starts here. Marcus starts here. Where does Marcus starting? Oh, not at second base.
The only thing that the Rangers have a stranglehold on this year right now is 3rd place. So I think it's rather comical. And Jose Altuve better show up at the All-Star game. He absolutely has to play.
That's the only chance Marcus Semien has, is the fact that Altuve may be like, well, this is my 9th All-Star game. I didn't participate in 2021 or 2022.
I know,
I have a little hamstring injury. It hurts down here a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out.
Do they have to have an injury to sit out?
I think so. I think there has to be something, or just a team.
Jose, just go to Arlington. Just go to Arlington and hit a home run. And he owns that place. I'm still very tempted to go to the All-Star game. If I find out that he's going to play, I may actually go to the All-Star game and sport all my Astros gear and hear it from the one-time World Series champions. Because, look, man, they're a one-and-done franchise. That's all I'll say about that.
Well, I have actually what he said. This is what Altuve said today about when asked. This is before he was announced, but he said, the only thing I can say right now is thank you to everybody who made this possible. My coaches, my teammates here supporting me every day. The Houston fans, I'm really happy. I know they're happy. Thank you again. I'm looking forward to keep playing games and winning games for you guys. So that's all he said about the potential of being the All-Star starter for the AL. So just remember, he may not play, so we don't know. But we do know he is the best second baseman out there. And I think
hands down.
Got this right.
Oh yeah, baseball got it right. Well, the fans got it right. The fans don't always get it right. They will put in the All-Star game a Mike Trout that's on the IL. We've seen that happen in the past, and it's just ridiculous. If Julio Rodriguez would have ended up being your starting center fielder, that would have been criminal. But even people in Seattle aren't voting for him this year. But, in the All-Star games and exhibition, I'm actually more interested in possibly going to the home run derby. I'm still thinking about that because, look, man, I've been looking at the site. Game Time's got some tickets there, but it's in Arlington, man. I really am tempted to go. I got my Fan Fest tickets. So we'll see. But dude, it was good to see the bats break out late in this game. Kikuchi, actually, Eric, I tweeted out, he has a 347 average against when he gets behind in the count. He is the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball out of all the starting pitchers when it comes to getting behind in the count. And so the Astros did what they did. They got ahead in the count. He was behind, and they manipulated it. Unless you're Yordan Alvarez, which it wasn't off. Was that home run off? Yes, it was off Kikuchi because I did the reel on it. Yes, dude, he spun his head around so fast that ball left. It disrupted the broadcast. Like it was unreal. It was unreal.
Yes. So I did mention that this is Altuve was selected to the All-Star game while we're talking about Alvarez. This was his 9th time. This is the most in Astros history that player has been selected to All-Star game as Astros player. This is Alvarez's first time that he's been selected as a starter for the All-Star game as the DH. So
Thank
of course,
you, Otani moving.
yeah, Otani was kind of blocking. Let me just use that word, blocking.
He was
The
blocking
DH
him.
spot. Yeah. So
Because,
thank
dude, he's having a monster year. Otani and Judge, oh my gosh, they're all chasing the Triple Crown right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Judge got off to such a bad start. It's just kind of crazy how he's turned things around. But the Yankees, they're kind of falling a little flat right now, but they're still a good team. And the AL East and AL Central is where a lot of talent is. So I still think that only one team's going to come out of the West. So we'll go and continue the conversation. Ronel Blanco, does he deserve to be on the All-Star team? We'll talk about that in a second.
This episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com is an app that you can use whether you go on their website or their app. It is there for you. And the summer travel is heating up just like the weather, especially travel for baseball games. It's time to explore those cities you always secretly wanted to learn more about. I know me, I've always wanted to go to Boston. I haven't been there yet, but eventually I'll get there. And when I do book my trip, I'm going to use Booking.com. Why? Because it makes it easy to find hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more. At Booking.com, you might just find yourself the perfect stay, even in New York or Boston or LA. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. From hotels that overlook stadiums to family-friendly resorts, Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. for your summer travel this MLB season. Go to Booking.com. Yeah.
Hey guys, sometimes you just need the right parts for the bullpen. Just like the Astros are finally getting where they need to be. Let me talk to you about eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. That's the formula for winning championships, and it's also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level up to peak performances. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, whatever you need for your ride or die, go and get it at eBay Motors. They have over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die. You can always find exactly what you're looking for. And with the eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your car every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions do apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. Guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, go and check us out. I just saw a comment that somebody was on the Locked On Astros postcast as well, and listening to Michael Connor. He does a great job over there, and then hopped over here to join us. If you can't get enough Astros talk, there's two podcasts for you now, so that's pretty awesome.
There you go.
And it really helps that the Astros are winning, and we really appreciate all of y'all that have been here since the beginning. Since we started with, I believe it was a Shohei Ohtani thing on YouTube that really kind of blew up and kind of got us on the map for YouTube. And so we appreciate all of y'all that have been around from the very beginning. So thank you for becoming everydayers. Go and subscribe to us. Make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out. And I know that you just put out a episode about Ronel Blanco and about the GM believing in Ronel Blanco. And I remember thinking about this, and I'm like, he thinks that Ronel Blanco is going to be a good starter. Maybe he knows more than I do, but we'll see.
Maybe that's why they get paid the big bucks and we don't, right? Don't ever mistake your knowledge to be superior to that of the Astros GM or any GM at that. I mean, look, I've always said it this way. If the Major League Baseball clubs used all the exact same tools that the people have, they would find a way not to have GMs, because then they could figure it out on their own. And we saw what happens when people that aren't GMs try to be GMs. It doesn't go that well. So anyways, so here's the deal with this All-Star game coming up, with people that are out there on the market, Eric, I do at some point want to talk about, because you have Cal Contrell. You know what? I'll save it for the end, because I've got a little blurb on him and on Eric Fetty, who to me is the guy that I want the Astros to go after. But, these are things that we're going to have to look at and think about as a podcast, because the Astros are going to get closer and closer to that deadline. And when you have little things like, just Yordan possibly going down for the game, you're like, oh my God, injuries. And then Chas McCormick slamming into the wall for the foul ball. I was like, no, don't hurt yourself over a foul ball. But then, you can't ask these guys to put it from fifth to first. I mean, they are all trying to do the same thing. And I love, you talked about it earlier. Now their goal is to get to 7 games over 500. And so they are literally taking this in increments. They know that the battle's not over. They know that nothing's won, and they're going to fight like hell the rest of the season. I think this team, people like Jared Carabas are saying the Astros are back. National media is taking focus on it. Roflo is getting congratulated by D-Row and them and says, hey, I bet you're feeling better about your Astros now, because everybody knows he's a Houston guy. We've had him on the show. But these are fun games. Ronel Blanco, he's going to be an all-star. When they announce this weekend the all-star rosters, he's absolutely going to be an all-star. The question, I think, is, will he be the starter? Because I kind of think he deserves it, but he probably won't, considering that Hunter Brown had an amazing June and got totally snubbed.
No, Garrett Crochet did so much better, dude.
He was 1-1 in 6 starts. How is that better?
That's because he plays for the White Sox. You have to
don't care.
It's not about wins. Brett,
I
this
don't
isn't
care.
1972. We don't care about wins.
1.69 ERA. Come on. It's lame, dude. Whatever.
6 more innings. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
6 more innings. Whatever.
Well, extra start. The extra start does do something. So he had 5 starts compared to Brown's 4 starts. So that does factor into it a little bit there. No. But so I think that
I thought Brown had 5 starts, but he was 4-0.
I'm not sure, but he had 6 more innings. Crochet did. So
that's lame. Look at the numbers. It's stupid. Okay, I'll just say right now, Hunter got hosed. If that was anybody else, Eric, if that was Garrett Cole, with the same statistical, think about it. Ask yourself this: if that was Garrett Cole, put Garrett Cole in the New York Yankees instead of Hunter Brown. You think Crochet is going to win it over Garrett Cole?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think there's this anti-Houston bias. It's okay. Hate us. That's all right. Hate us because you ain't us. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, so definitely. It just was kind of shocking, especially as good as he's done. But that does up Crochet's trade value if they're even going to trade him.
That's what they were doing. They were helping the White Sox, because I conspired. They're helping the White Sox to get more out of Crochet so that the White Sox don't suck so bad. So maybe they're just helping them out.
I've also seen some reports of that the White Sox might try to rebuild around Crochet. They may try to trade everybody else and keep him. So that's something that they might do as well. So who knows what's going on there. So I don't think anybody really knows what their plans are at the trade deadline at this point. But Ronel Blanco, I do believe that he is going to be in the All-Star game. Is he going to be the starter? No, I don't think so. And if I am Joe Espada, I don't know if I want him to be the starter, and I would be okay if he doesn't start. He doesn't even pitch in this game, because you have to understand this is a guy that has not pitched this many innings in his career, and so he's already going to be facing some type of innings limit at some point, and so you're going to have to make a decision at some point. Like I don't have in front of me what's his max innings in the season, but he was a reliever that converted into a starter. So this is something taken into consideration. So I would say that the Astros will be quite all right if he doesn't pitch in the All-Star game. If he does, maybe for one batter.
Well, no, you can't put him in for just one batter, Eric. You can't get the guy heated up for one batter. No, you're not going to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him pitching an inning. I mean, so he has 94.1 innings right now. Okay, Eric, he pitched 52 innings last year. I mean, he's only more than doubled his innings output from last year. Okay, I see what you're saying. I didn't realize how ridiculously over it was from last year, and I forgot that it was only, wow, 17 games. 7 games started in 23.
So what do you do in the minor leagues? That's the question you got to look at.
In the minor leagues.
You got to look at the total.
Yeah, keep going.
So,
I'll find it. I'll find his minor league statistics.
So to kind of go over that rare pitching feat we saw is that this guy came in for the Blue Jays today. I believe his name was Koss. He faced 4 batters, only threw 3 pitches. And this is something that I'm sure it's happened before, but he intentionally walked Alvarez. Then Diaz, who had a great game himself, had a 2-run single. And then you had Jeremy Pena, and who else got hit? Somebody else got hit. It was Myers and Pena got hit back to back. And even the announcers are like, what's going on here? Why are they hitting all these batters? And it's just like he had no control in 3 pitches. And
okay,
so
Eric. Okay, here you go. So 52 innings in the majors, but in 2023, he pitched 73.1 innings. So he had 112. Wait, yeah. No, 100 and what is that? 15? 73 plus 52. Come on, man. 5. Yeah. 145.
What are 2 numbers again?
73 and 52. Good Lord. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
125. Okay. So 125. Yeah, last year, 125. So yeah, but he's at 94 though right now. So yeah, he's getting close. Yeah, I forgot to factor in what he did in 2023 because in 2022 he pitched a total of about 60 or 70 innings total. So yeah, man. Yeah. Good Lord, that's why I'm a history teacher, man. I've got so dependent on the calculator. I mean, kids, I don't know if y'all remember this. Actually, I don't know if y'all remember this, but growing up, my dad always said, don't use a calculator. It'll rot your brain. Man, that calculator ruined me.
All right, guys, in a second, we'll go ahead and talk about some, we did a show earlier about the trade deadline. So we'll go ahead and see who's some options out there in a second.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by taxnetworkusa.com. Go to tnusa.com/lockedon or call 1-800-549-1000. I'm telling you, this is the place you want to go. If you have whatever issues you have facing you, you got to realize that tax season isn't just one and done. It is always on. Like Locked On Astros, we're here with you 24/7 throughout the year. So is collection season. They can garnish your wages. The IRS can levy your bank accounts. They can seize property. So don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years experience and A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. And be sure to mention that each time that you check out, mention Locked On Astros and you'll receive a $250 discount off of their services. And check out Ibotta. Look, if you want to save money, if you're tired of buying stuff and not getting anything for it, whether it's sandals, sunscreen, or snacks for the beach, or whether your girl needs to go get some beauty supplies, or whether you got to go to, Walmart to pick up that 12-pack to go to the beach for barbecue season, use the Ibotta app. It's free. You earn cash back every time you shop, earn on hundreds of items. And guys, who doesn't want money back when you shop? You can earn up to $256 per year. That's what the average user earns. And you could use that on a fancy dinner. Take her out if she's been craving that Perry's Steakhouse or something like that. Other apps give you points that don't amount to anything. Ibotta gives you cash back that you can withdraw to your bank account, PayPal, gift cards, so much more. Over 2,400 brands, 1,000 retailers, grocery stores, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, and more. Right now, Ibotta is offering listeners $5 just for trying Ibotta using the code LOCKEDONMLB when you register. That's IBOTTA in the Google Play and App Store. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB and go to Ibotta today.
Guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, go and check us out. And yes, I am wearing a 4th of July hat. We're probably not going to do a show tomorrow night, so we wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. So be safe, enjoy time with your friends, family, wherever you choose to celebrate it. And we just wanted to thank y'all for being part of our Locked On Astros community and always being there, whether it's at 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes or like noon, we did a show today.
Yeah. Dude, there have been some late. Oh, whoa. Good Lord. Someone's trying to hit me in the back. Late shows, mini shows, multiple shows, trade shows. I mean, we do it all. And you know what? Where else could you do it other than this great country? We're going to celebrate Independence Day for the greatest country on the planet. I absolutely love America. I love fireworks. I'm taking my son tomorrow to the Space Cowboys game. We're going to be sitting in the press box together. We're going to take in the game, take in the fireworks. So I'm super excited about that. Brett has been known to do a midnight show. Hey, Eric has been known. We both been known to do midnight shows. If you've been with us since before the pitch clock, Eric, 1:30, 2:30 in the morning, sometimes extra inning games. But it's been a fun ride. And Eric, wouldn't you agree with me? It's the viewers and it's the listeners that really make all this worth it.
Yeah, going back to when I was on Sports Talk 790, me and my co-host from Talking Stros, we would do the post, what was it called? The 10th inning show. So think about those playoff games, and then that I think would be done at like 3 o'clock. Then I have to go back to work the next day at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
You got 2 hours of sleep.
This is algebra. So,
wow.
Yeah. But guys. So I know that the trade deadline is going to get really crazy in the next couple of weeks, especially with all the rumors. Just remember to check your sources. Some people on Twitter, it's hard to really know who to trust anymore with everybody basically having to check if you pay for it. It used to be easier to know who's who, but just don't fall for Jeff Passan with all the
what's that?
You know how they have the fake ones.
You
mean
the fake? I thought you had a hard time pronouncing Passan. Passan. I was like, wait, what are you doing there?
Yeah, don't fall for Jam Morosi or something.
Oh my gosh, no, yeah, trust me, it's gonna happen. Now, I guess with Vladdy out there could be some blockbuster, I guess, fakes out there, but at the time, like someone said, McCullers got hurt popping champagne. That's actually true. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, this season, Eric, I think has gone so much better at this point than we could have ever imagined. And on this road trip, they are showing their true colors. Now, the real test is not just tomorrow, getting that third game in the 4-game series, but going to Minnesota. Minnesota, Eric, has the best record lately of any team in all of baseball. So if we can go to Minnesota and take care of business and come home and play against, what is it? Is it the Rays and the Rangers right before the All-Star break at home? No, the Marlins. I'm sorry, not the Rays. I knew it was a Florida team, the Marlins and the Rangers. What, dude, we could end on a high note, and the Astros could go into the All-Star break. They could go into the All-Star break leading the AL West.
Well, I don't know which team you're watching to start the season, but I think the start of the season could have gone a little bit better. But I get what you're saying.
No, I'm saying now. I'm saying the season couldn't be going better now because, I mean, Eric, think about it. A month ago, what kind of conversations were we having? Where's the leadership Is this team even gonna win 70 games? I mean, it was abysmal. And apparently, the Orioles took the lead. So thank you, Orioles, for beating up
Are we
on the
scoreboard
Mariners.
watching? Dusty Baker would say it's too early to be scoreboard watching.
Yeah, the bloggers and the tweeters, Dusty. We talk about the scoreboard every flipping day.
That's a direct quote from Dusty. This is not a shot at Dusty.
The bloggers and the tweeters. Dusty, thank you.
But I did see that Ari Alexander mentioned that Cal Quantrill is somebody that the Astros might go out and target. He's somebody that has an extra year of control. He's somebody that the Astros have gone out and gotten a player like this before. He is a former top prospect. He is not a strikeout king, but he's a guy with some pretty good control. What information you have?
So this is just featuring him, and say his F4 is 0.9 right now. He has 17 starts, 3.78 ERA, posting a 2.98 mark, which is not bad because what does he do? He pitches in Coors Field, 6.55 this season, and arbitration eligible next year. And then the guy that I want right here, boom, Eric Fetty. This guy, 2.3 F4, 3.23 ERA, and 17 starts. He is 31 years old. He's earning 7.5 this year. He'll get 7.5 next year, which will be affordable options. And I think for me, Fetty is the guy that has probably the most upside, but Quantrill costs the least and costs the least, but it depends on what these teams want. What are the Astros willing to part with? And these two guys, it shouldn't take very much because there was another number 3 starter. I forget who did the trade, but I saw something earlier and they traded one minor leaguer and some money, and that was it. And I was really shocked at the low price that it came in at. So something like this might work in the Astros' favor, but they definitely need somebody.
What if I told you, I guess this is something for y'all to think about over the holiday. What if the Astros don't trade for a pitcher, end up getting a first baseman, and that's it? Would this be a World Series?
I would say offensively, yes, but you, for the second time in a row, you fail to address a need. They did that in the offseason. Right. I don't think they missed that train twice, but it's possible. Is it probable? No.
The demand for starting pitching is going to be out of.
You're right about that. Your counter's 100% on. I mean, shoot, we might as well blow through this 32-minute time limit. But the bottom line is this, and I think this is important for the Astros to get something. They're going to have to give up something. Does that mean, look, Jake Myers is the 3rd best center fielder, 8 outs above average in Major League Baseball. So he's one of the top defensive center fielders. Chas McCormick's kind of always been the odd man out. Who do they give up? Who do they get rid of? Do they get greedy? Do they go after that Vlad Guerrero Jr. and someone like a Melton leaves? I mean, Melton I just retweeted an amazing diving stab that he made in Corpus. I was like, please, Lord, allow him to be here after the trade deadline. But there's guys. I mean, Shea Whitcomb is absolutely crushing the ball. Will Wagner is a guy that people look at. And so right here, what did Chris say? I won't be surprised if the Astros don't get anything at the trade. See, I would agree with you, but I think Dana Brown has expressed the interest almost too much to where it seems inevitable. Unless
he's shown his hand. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think he said too much. I think you almost have to. I think there's a lot of conversations going on that we absolutely are not aware of and won't know until the deal goes down.
But he's also, and other people have said, the Astros' main acquisitions are going to be through the injury pipeline. You're going to have Justin Verlander come back. You're going to have Luis Garcia. You're going to have some of these guys coming up. We can't count on JP France this year. There's Christian Javier's out. So there's some certain players that we can't count on. We do know that Justin Verlander's throwing every other day now. So
he is, yes.
That's the update. So I guess that's some baby steps. So he'll be coming back at some point, and the Astros are hoping and praying that he reaches that 140 inning limit, because that's going to save them $17.5 million or whatever half that the 37.5 or what 37 million is or whatever.
So let me correct something here in the comments. Right here, Trey of Texas says Brown is desperate to prove himself after the start of the season, and the Okay, the Abreu contract was not Dana Brown.
Right.
That was done before Dana Brown got here. So that's not on him. You know what Dana Brown was right about? And I featured it in my Ronel Blanco special. He was right about Ronel Blanco being a starter. He has an eye for scouting. He has an eye for talent. And look, let me just say this. Do not pay attention to the top 100 prospects. I'm serious. Ignore it. You know why? Because it is skewed. Remember when we had Jason Bell on from the Houston Astros, right. System? He said those things, those are based on projectability. They're based on bonuses. Okay. They're based on predictions of how a player is going to do. You know what that doesn't factor in? It doesn't factor in the fact that whether that club can develop that player or not. The Houston Astros are some of the best developers of talent. That's why we've had so many guys who weren't on the radar come up and be major league pitcher. I mean, who had Framber Valdez closing out game 6 of a World Series when he was in the minor leagues? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. So I trust the Astros scouting department, and I trust the decisions of whoever they bring in to help this club, because they're going to make this club better at the trade deadline. Mark my words.
Hey, Brett, somebody was challenging you to a math problem earlier. So here, Jesus. You ready? On one hand, can you show me how many All-Star starters will be wearing Astros uniforms?
How many All-Star starters?
Yeah. Okay. Now, on the other hand, no, keep that one up. On the other hand, how many starters? The games could be played in Arlington. Show me how many starters are going to be wearing Ranger uniforms.
0. Right? What?
Why'd you put 1?
I don't.
You said.
What are you asking? You're throwing me off, man. What are you doing to me?
No, you said 0, then you said 1.
Oh, 0. Yeah, 0. Sorry. I thought it was still an Astros question.
Yeah. So no. I'm
confused.
The team that's going to be hosting the All-Star game is not going to have any starters. So
well, okay. When you said Rangers uniform, I put 1 because we're assuming that Altuve is not going to be there, right?
Oh no.
That's why I said 1. If it's Simeon.
Oh, we don't know that yet.
I'm just saying. Yeah. All right. I'm really confused here.
They'll have a manager. No, I was just trying to get you.
Hey,
do this. That's it.
Two. How about like this? I can't even do magic tricks.
You messed up your camera.
Oh anyway. My God, this is bad. This is really bad. We've gone off the rails. I'm freaking tired today, bro.
Yeah.
3 shows. I hit the gym today. Feel good about that, but dang, bro, I'm tired. But man, I'm excited. Hey, if y'all are out at if y'all go to Constellation Field tomorrow night, let me know. Hit me up on socials. I'd love to say hi. I'd love to meet you. And hey, Mom, thanks for watching. Mom's sitting there. Good old Judy Krebs sitting there watching us mess around in the finger talk. They said, get an ace. Yeah, Brett, just use your Apple Watch. Hey, I found out my Apple Watch has a walkie-talkie mode, but I can't even figure out that. So, yeah.
All right,
we're
guys.
Screwed.
That's all we got for this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. We probably won't have a show tomorrow, but we'll see what goes on Friday or Saturday. But guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out, and we will see you next week. And happy 4th of July.
And apparently jet lag lasts 2 weeks, so I have jet lag too. Just ask Sleepy Joe.